In this video, we're going to do some mixed practice. And what I mean by that is I'm going to show you how to subtract some mixed numbers in 4 different ways. So we're going to do the same problem 4 different ways, okay? So the problem that we're going to solve is 5 1/8 minus 2 3/8. Okay? So if I'm solving my problem right here, I can see already that this is going to be a problem because I have 1/8 and I can't take away 3/8. So the first method, the way that we're going to be doing it is using, let's go like this, 5 1/8. It helps me to do it this way sometimes because I can see it better. 2 3/8. Okay, so I know that I can't take 1 and give you 3. So I'm going to have to change this number. So remember what we have to do is I have to break this 5. I have to borrow 1 from it. So I'm going to have 4 here. And now I have an extra 1 that's floating, right? I have 4 plus 1. And I need to figure out what to do with that other one. So remember, however many pieces there are here, if we want to add that whole, we're just going to add 8 pieces right there. Okay, so now instead of 5 1/8, I have 4, then these two over 8. So I'm going to get 4 9/8. And now I can just take this whole number over here and bring it straight over because I can subtract those. So I have 4 9/8 minus 3 2/8, which is going to give me 2, and 9 minus 3 is 6. And then the number on the bottom doesn't change. So that's going to give me 2 6/8. Another method that I'm going to show you is a way that I always used when I was younger. It was just easier for me to figure out. So I took, once again, we have 5 1/8 minus 2 3/8. Now, the way that this one works is that I'm going to change these both to improper fractions. So remember what we did before when we went around in this circle, right? So I was multiplying these and then adding this number. So 8 times 5 is 40, plus this number right here is going to give me 41/8, minus, I'm going to do the same thing with this one. So 8 times 2 is 16, plus 3, 17, 18, 19, is 19/8. Okay, so now I have 41/8 minus 19/8. And when I subtract 41 minus 19, right, I'm going to borrow 3, 2, 11, 10, 9, and that gives me 22. So now that's the number that's going to go on the top. And the bottom, I'm still going to have my eighths. So that equals 22/8. And now I'm just going to change it back into a mixed number and see if I get the same answer over here. How many groups of 6 can I take out of 22? Well, I can do 8, 16. I can't do 3 because that would be 24. So I'm going to have 2. So that's 8, 16. And now I'm going to count up until I get to 22. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That means that I have 6 out of the 8 pieces left. Okay, so method 1 is where we are ungrouping. We're ungrouping so that we have enough to subtract with our fractions. The method 2 is where I'm using my mixed numbers, but I'm changing them to improper fractions and then changing them back after. The third method is where I am actually counting up from one to the other. So let me give you an example. If I said 5 minus 2, I know that that's 3, but I could also do the opposite, and I can say 2 and then 5, and then to get from one place to the other, I had to add 3, right? So remember the inverse operation or the opposite math component that we can use for subtraction is addition. So we're just going to do that same thing here. So instead of starting with 5 1/8, I'm actually going to start with 2 3/8. Okay, so that's going to be my starting point, and then my ending point over here is going to be 5 1/8. So let's see, if I want to get to a whole number, I can add 5/8 to this number here, and I'm just going to box this to show these are what I'm going to be adding up later. And now 2 3/8 plus 5/8 is going to give me 2 8/8, right, which is actually 3 wholes. And then, okay, I'm at a whole number. I want to get over to 5, so I'm going to add 2 wholes. Okay, so that's going to get me to 5. And now I just have this much left, so I'm going to add 1/8. And that's going to get me to 5 1/8. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to add up all of these parts. And I have 2 wholes, right? I add my whole numbers first. And then I have 5/8 plus 1/8, which is 6/8. My last method is actually going to be drawing boxes, okay? So let's say I have, these are broken up into 8s. Hopefully my boxes will look better this time. We'll see. This. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so these are in 8s, and I have 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully they'll fit. Okay, they're going to be small boxes. And so remember with these boxes, it's important that the shapes kind of look like they're all the same size. If this was real, we would want them to all be exactly equal, because think about Mr. Taylor sharing the sandwich with his dad. You don't want to have the small half because you picked the wrong one. So now for this, it says I have 5 1/8. Okay, so I'm going to color in, I'm just going to color like this, 5 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, see, I actually have a whole other one I have to make because I have 5 holes and 1/8. And 1/8, right? So 5 holes and 1/8. And now I'm going to give away 2 holes and 3/8. So one way that you can do this is using a different color, might be helpful. And I'm going to take away 2 holes. So I'm going to cross out, that's 1 hole, and that's 1 hole. Okay, so I'm taking out 2 holes, and now I'm going to take out 3/8. Okay, well, I can take out 1/8, 2/8, 3/8. And now let's see what we have. So now I need to figure out how much I have left, right? Well, I can see right here that I still have 2 holes. And then I'm going to count which ones from here that I still have. 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8. So these are 4 very different methods. The reason why I'm showing you 4 very different methods is because maybe one of them will make more sense. Method 2 was the only way that I did growing up, but it was also the only way that I was taught. So maybe one of these other ways will work better for you. You don't have to know all of these. I just want you to find one that works well and then practice it and feel comfortable with it. Okay, you might have to watch this one again or pause it so that you can practice each of the methods, but hopefully one of these makes sense. If it doesn't, please let me know and then we'll come up with another one.